Prop shaft day today. I've just cut around the weld, knocked that out. Job done. And then I'll put the rest of it in the bandsaw. We've got to cut about 380 out of this. So let's get that done now. Job done. And I might even put the balancing tab back on if we need it. So I've just marked where that is roughly. But normally when we cut these off, not a lot to them, they're pretty thin. So yeah, there we go. So put a little lead in there, and also I've tapped this back in, making sure that these sit flat on here and here. That's as it was lined up. Got my little witness marks, which I just put on. So I'm pretty happy with that. We've measured up through the centre. The flanges are sitting just slightly off, but basically through the centre line, we've got 820, which is what we require. So I'm literally just going to spot weld this on in 4 places, just to get that nice and flat. Check that everything's sitting where it wants to. So this all looks pretty well lined up at the minute. And that's pretty much it. We'll weld it up. We'll run it and we'll see what it's balanced like, and if we need to put the weight on we will, but I think, to be honest, it's so short now, I don't think we need to worry too much. That's what we like to see. Starters we mean to go on, kettle's on, teapot's got tea in it, and tea contents is in cup. It's been it feels like it's been forever since we've not been down here. What have you been doing? What? Yes, anyway. Back on with the normal stuff. Let's see, all the rubbish is gone, and we've got proper stuff back in the shed. So we better get on and do some stuff.
So I had the rather tedious job of sorting the rear wings out. They were in a terrible condition. So I got on with sanding them down and trying to make them look somewhat good again, as hard as that can be. Right, I'm going to carry on with the bit I've been waiting to do. I want to get the body on next. So this has been languishing in my paint shop for a minute or two. So I've got a bit of tidying up to do. I've got a bit of stripping out to do under here. And then obviously a bit on the bulk, and I've still got a little bit of welding. I've just got to finish off these corners and a bit of tidying up to do. Obviously this all got to be rubbed down, we've got to get all this off. Bolts and nuts and things out. Yeah, and that's ready to rock and roll. Get that painted, that'll be great to get that on. That'll be a big milestone, to be fair. So off we go.
The body is pretty good, but there was one area that needed a little bit of filler. So I got on with that to smooth it out. We did have a slight disaster. Some of the filler didn't go off, which was absolutely my fault. But after sorting that out, it was ready for a good coat of paint.
Wings are in primer. They've actually come out pretty good. Underside of these wings are not the greatest, so I'm going to stone chip all of those underneath. So that's my next little task, and that's going to cover up a multitude of sins because, quite frankly, I think this car probably wasn't in the greatest of conditions originally, but they've been welded up. We didn't do that. We obviously did a few repairs, but we're just going to under stone chip those, and I think that'll suffice, I think. Well, there we go. I forgot how much mess that bloody made doing that job. But that's a bit of stone chip on the underside. We'll get them painted up green maybe tomorrow, let that go off a bit, and that'll help protect the underside a little bit. So yeah, that's good. We're moving forward. Then we've got a bit more to do on the body. A bit of bodywork left to finish off, a bit of tidying up here and there. And get some paint on that. So I'm sort of hoping that over Christmas we can get a fair bit of this car finished off back together. So that's what we're aiming for. April is looming and we've got to go and use it. So yeah, pressure's on now. Right, body is in primer, so time for a bit of top coat, giving it a quick rub over, just got rid of some of the overspray. So that's pretty much it really. It's come out pretty well actually. Yeah, it's got a few little, it's not perfect, it doesn't need to be. It's not the look I want particularly, because the rest of the car is not perfect. But yeah, get some top coat on in. It's a satin finish anyway, so we'll hide a multitude of sins fortunately. But yeah, the rest of it though, I think that's going to come out okay, to be fair. So off we go.
So it's painted, and minus a few little catastrophes, it's actually looking pretty good.
What catastrophes did we have?
Well, my filler didn't go off.
Yes.
And you had like a million runs in it.
I had a couple of Linford Christie's in it.
A couple?
Yeah, 1 or 2 minor ones.
A couple dozen?
Yeah, no, it was 3. Maybe 4. Okay, might be 5. Anyway, we've sorted them.
Anyway, so that needs to go on the car without scratching it.
Ta-da! Right, let's go. Anyway, there we are. Should we go and do a little tour round? Hold on, that's taken us 10 minutes, 26 seconds. That's amazing. I'll clip it. So that start to look a little bit more car-y, isn't it? Look at that. So we've had a slight catastrophe. We've scratched the paint. Oh God. Anyway, bolts for that. These bolts in here. That one and that one. That one. I can put those in, but they're going to have to come out to the floor, and then there's some back ones. I wonder what I'll put a little bit of rubber under them, stop it squeaking.
Oh, good idea.
No.
Almost a good idea.
I know, almost. I'm full of good ideas. I have got some rubber. I could do that. So there we go. So we've got now, obviously now this is all on, we've got to make this handbrake arrangement up on the side here. The cable's all there for it.
To suit a really, really short person.
Yeah, so we'll put it all the way forward, which I think would be just about right.
And then it needs to suit a really, really tall person.
Yeah, I'll be able to reach that. I reckon that'd be okay.
Perfect.
Yeah, okay. So there we go. Look at that. That's looking pretty good. That'll start coming together now. Get the wings on. Yeah, happy days.
Actually looks quite good.
Does it? Actually looks quite good.
We've done well.
We have done well. Yeah, look at all that amazing bodywork you've done.
I know.
I've got back wings.
It's actually really nice to not be sanding and painting for a 4th week in a row.
It's pretty square, so I'm pretty pleased with that. Look from the back. Makes it look sits pretty good. It's a bit late if it doesn't sit square now because we kind of built most of it. Oh yeah, it's looking pretty good to be fair.
Looks a bit much wonkier than it was.
Well, to be fair, it was terrible. The centre line was 3.5 inches off of centre line before, so now it's looking all pretty centred up. So yeah, ideal. So it's been a bit of a day of faffing around, but it is looking a bit more car-like. Wings are on, but the headlights on. I've just literally done that. I've got the floor in, or some of it anyway. A bit more to do. We've got to sort out round all the pedals, and we've got to put this bit up in here, but that's coming along pretty good. Did pop the seats in earlier. You've got to have a little trial fit, haven't you, just to make sure it all kind of feels right. Anyway, that's looking pretty good. So got to fold up the running boards. Might be tomorrow's little task. So yeah, I haven't done a lot of filming today, to be fair, because it's been a day of faffing and fiddling, not really achieving very much. But yeah, the wings have been a bit of a faff to fit and line up and sort of get right, but they're on. Fairly happy with those now, to be fair. I think it's starting to look quite cool. Ellie's been busy on the wings. She's got the back wings nearly sorted. These have been somebody's cut these bits out and then added these on, and they were really quite terrible, to be fair. We've sort of welded them up and tidied them up, so I think they're going to look pretty good. This one's looking a little bit flat, so we've got a bit more profile on those. Yeah, they're not, to be fair, they're not really full of filler. They're just, we've had to give them a bit of a light skim over just to sort of get the lines a bit more accurate. But I think they'll look okay when they're done. Got the bonnet left to do, and then obviously we've got to make the boat tail, which I might have a little go at tomorrow. We'll make a start, see how we get on. That's probably our biggest job left to do. There's lots of little jobs left, obviously, and these things never seem to go very quickly. They seem to take forever, in my opinion, but I suppose that is what you're up against when you're building a car. But yes, there we are. It's a little update. I don't know where we are now. We're Christmas, Boxing Day was yesterday, so yeah, there we are. We've been sort of hammering on quite well, really. Quite pleased with the progress. So yeah, we can get a bit more of the boat tail started. There's a few bits I've ordered I'm waiting for the strips to go around the bonnets and the bulkhead and all the bolts. So they'll probably turn up maybe before the new year, I don't know. I've got a few bits on the bulkhead, so that's all done. I've got to sort out the oil pipes. That was what we inherited, and I've got to sort those out. They're not very clever, so I'll probably get some new ones of those made up. And then we've got to sort the exhaust out, and that's at the moment that's front exit. It's going to go down there, probably route along. My original plan was to sort of come up through here somewhere, and then sort of up along the side and along out the back of the boat tail, sort of straight pipe it. And my other slight dilemma I now have, so obviously I've got the handbrake cable sat down in there, and I want to put the handbrake, I've moved it, taken it off from the inside, and I'm going to put it on the outside here. But that's kind of going to be my way of the bloody exhaust now, so I've got to figure out how I'm going to do that. But anyway, that'll all come along. Job for another day, I think. So there we are. A little bit of progress. I think it's looking quite good. Looking a bit calm. It's quite green at the moment, but that'll probably all settle down. This is a British Army colour. It would never have been this colour, but I quite like it. I think it'll look quite good as a special. By the time we've got a few trims and things on it, I think it'll look pretty good, to be fair. So, and it's only a bit of fun at the end of the day. So there we go. Update on the Chrysler.